All right, so Athletic Bilbao and Espanyol going head-to-head, and we are ready to bring you another deep dive.
Yeah, we're talking pregame analysis, live commentary from inside the stadium, and even some really interesting stuff from Luis de la Fuente.
Spain's national team coach himself. This is going to be good.
Definitely not your average pregame warm-up.
Okay, so let's set the scene at San Mamés, and this is more than just your typical match day, right?
Right off the bat, something's different. It's
Yeah.
a celebration.
They've got Martin Zabaleta, the legendary Basque mountaineer, and Pisang Temba doing the honorary kickoff.
44 years since their Everest climb. First Spanish team to ever do it. Huge.
You'd think it'd be pure excitement, right?
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But it's actually stirred up some controversy.
Controversy, really?
Yeah, it's a good reminder that even in sports, history, and you know what's going on in the world today, they're pretty connected.
Adds a whole other dimension for sure. Okay, well, speaking of pressure, Athletic Bilbao, they've got to be hurting after that loss to Girona.
3 missed penalty kicks. That's rough. And they've got Slavia Prague coming up in the Europa League.
Talk about a high-stakes week.
No kidding. This match is like prepping for the main event.
They need a win to get their heads back in the game, but, and I can't believe I'm saying this, Espanyol could actually pull off an upset.
Don't underestimate them. They've got a history at San Mamés. More wins against Athletic Bilbao on the road than on their home turf, actually.
No way.
Yeah, and last season they even walked away with a win.
Wow. So the question is, can they make lightning strike twice? We'll see. All right, so we've got the energy in the stadium, but what about the players on the field? And, Donny Carvajal, even though he's sidelined, still got to talk about him.
Definitely. His injury is a tough break for the national team, but his influence, well, that goes way beyond just being on the field.
Yeah, what was it that Luis de la Fuente said, calling Carvajal my idol? Pretty high praise.
It's more than just words. De La Fuente brought up this moment from the Euro 2020 quarterfinals.
Talk about high pressure.
Exactly. And Carvajal, he basically makes this tactical sacrifice. Takes one for the team, commits a foul that gets him benched. But it was crucial for Spain to win.
Wow.
And De La Fuente's point wasn't just about that play. It was about the kind of leadership it showed. Selflessness, putting the team first. That kind of mentality, it rubs off on everyone.
Leading by example, for sure. Okay, so back to our match today. Any players in particular we should have our eye on?
Definitely keep an eye on Iñaki Williams for Athletic Bilbao. He's got a real knack for scoring against Espanyol, 6 goals in 15 matches.
6 goals. That's impressive.
It is, but there's this weird thing. Only one of those goals was actually scored at home.
Oh, really?
Oh.
So will this be the day he breaks that pattern?
I'm sure Espanyol's hoping not. And speaking of Espanyol, we've got to talk strategy. Heard some interesting lineup choices.
Still a sin.
So Espanyol's coach, Gonzalez, he's going with Sergi Gomez and Brian Olivan. So that's a more traditional 4-man defense.
Usually they favor a 3-man backline, right?
Exactly. So it's a bit of a shift. Could mean they're really emphasizing defensive strength today. Makes sense considering Athletic Bilbao's offensive power.
Especially with Williams raring to go. And what about Athletic Bilbao?
Valverde's putting Jorgizar and Berenguer in. And keep an eye out for Nico Williams. He's back after being sidelined with that injury.
Oh, nice. So they're coming in strong.
Looks like it. Having Nico Williams back definitely gives them more attacking options. Shows Valverde's feeling confident.
We are live here at San Mamés, and whoa, you can really feel the energy.
Intense, isn't it? Athletic Bilbao came out strong. Just like we thought they might.
Completely controlled that first half.
Dominated possession early on.
Yeah.
They were hungry for a win after that Girona match.
And speaking of hungry, can we talk about those goals?
Goals galore. You said it. Vivian's header off that corner kick was beautiful textbook.
And Iñaki Williams, 2 goals back-to-back. It was incredible.
Like he was unstoppable. And Espanyol, they looked completely caught off guard.
Our heat map from the first half says it all. They barely even had a presence in Athletic Bilbao's half.
They're going to need to regroup if they want to salvage this match.
So what can they actually do at this point? We were talking earlier about their counter-attacking strategy. Any hope there?
It's a long shot, but it might be their only chance at this point. They've got to disrupt Athletic Bilbao's momentum. Force some errors.
High risk, high reward for sure.
Exactly.
Right.
This next half is crucial for both teams.
This match is definitely about more than just today, though, right?
Absolutely. A win for Athletic Bilbao today could be exactly what they need to bounce back from that tough loss against Girona.
And for Espanyol.
A comeback here.
Yeah.
I mean, that would really shake things up in La Liga.
So much on the line for both sides. It's these layers of strategy, the individual stories, even the club histories that make the sport so fascinating.
Couldn't agree more. It's more than just a game.
It's a whole narrative playing out right in front of us. So we're heading into what's sure to be a very exciting second half. But before we do that, one last thing to consider. What does this match tell us about what we can expect from these two teams going forward? What does each team need to prove, not just today, but in the weeks to come? Something to think about. And on that note, we'll be back again soon with another deep dive exploring a new corner of the sports world.